The Washington Wizards just made a move that's sending shockwaves through the NBA, one that not only reshapes their roster, but unexpectedly crushes the Golden State Warriors' hopes of moving forward with Jonathan Kuminga. With one under-the-radar trade, the Wizards may have sent a loud, clear message. They're out on Kuminga, and that has massive implications for both teams and the rest of the league. Washington acquired Cam Whitmore, a highly promising young talent, for just 2 second-round picks. It was a smart, low-risk, high-reward type of swing. Whitmore's athleticism, scoring instincts, and upside instantly give the Wizards a boost of youth and energy, exactly what they need in their long-term rebuild. But make no mistake, this wasn't just about Whitmore. It was a pivot that shifted their trajectory away from pursuing Jonathan Kuminga. For a while now, the Wizards were seen as one of the few teams with the cap space and vision to chase a restricted free agent like Kuminga. A young forward looking for a breakout opportunity, a team that could afford to throw an offer sheet his way, and a pathway to a larger role. That sounded like a fit. Until now. With Whitmore coming in, the Wizards are signaling that they're building their future around different pieces. Whitmore is younger, cheaper, and arguably a better fit with the timeline of the Wizards' core. That leaves Kuminga with one less option and narrows the market significantly. Let's not forget, Kuminga's situation is already complicated. He's a restricted free agent. That means any team interested in signing him outright needs to be willing to risk tying up cap space while Golden State decides whether to match the offer. That alone scares off a lot of teams. A sign-and trade is always a possibility, but the Warriors have to agree on the terms, and it's clear they're not willing to let Kuminga walk for nothing. One of the biggest potential deals that fell through came from Sacramento. The Kings reportedly offered a package that included Devin Carter, Dario Saric, and 2 second-round picks. Golden State said no. That's how high they value Kuminga, or at least how carefully they're playing this market. The problem is, teams are losing interest fast. The Kings have already backed out. The Wizards have pivoted. That leaves a handful of maybe suitors. The Bulls, the Heat, the Pelicans. But none have pushed hard enough to get a deal done. So where does this leave the Warriors? Stuck. Or maybe, just maybe, in a position of leverage. Golden State has to ask itself, is it better to keep Kuminga and try to make the fit work? Or push for a trade that brings back win-now pieces that align with their timeline? With Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green still leading the charge, they're not looking to rebuild. They want to contend. Kuminga, though talented, doesn't perfectly mesh with that plan. Then there's the Steve Kerr factor. The Warriors head coach has been honest about Kuminga's role. He wants him to focus on defense, rebounding, and hustle. He's made it clear that Kuminga isn't going to be the focal point of the offense. But Kuminga, he wants more. He's 22 years old, averaged over 15 points a game last season, and showed flashes of real star power. He's not looking to be a role player. He wants a system that runs through him. And that's where things get tricky. The Warriors need to be careful. If they push Kuminga too hard into a box he doesn't want to be in, it could hurt their chemistry and development pipeline. But if they lose him for minimal return, they waste a valuable asset. That's why the Wizards pulling out hurts. They were one of the few teams willing and able to give the Warriors a decent trade package while also being a realistic landing spot for Kuminga. Now, Golden State might have to get creative. Maybe a sign-and-trade with a team like the Bulls or Pelicans who have young players and picks to offer. Maybe a surprise suitor steps up and makes a play. Or maybe the Warriors hold tight, match any offer sheet that comes in, and try to convince Kuminga to stay another year. let the season play out, increase his value, and revisit trade talks later. But that's a gamble. If Kuminga gets frustrated with his role, or if his development stalls, that value might never go up. And for a team like Golden State, whose championship window is shrinking, time is the one thing they don't have. On the other side, Washington made a clean move. They saw an opportunity to add a high upside wing without overcommitting, and they took it. Whitmore doesn't come with the same drama or contract hurdles as Kuminga. He fits their rebuild. He gives them energy, versatility, and shooting. Most importantly, he gives them clarity. They're not chasing stars. They're building one. The Wizards are rebuilding with intent. They're not just stockpiling assets. They're picking the right ones. Whitmore joins a young core that includes Deni Avdija, Bilal Coulibaly, and potentially more through upcoming drafts. That's a group that can grow together. That doesn't need a ball-dominant forward demanding touches. It's a smarter, more patient strategy. And that might make all the difference. As for Kuminga, he now faces a reality check. The market isn't as hot as he expected. Teams aren't throwing big deals his way. The role he wants might not exist outside of Golden State. And unless he's willing to compromise, either on his contract, his role, or his expectations, this could drag on for weeks. In the end, this trade may go down as a footnote, 2 second-round picks for a promising young wing. But make no mistake, it just changed the calculus for multiple franchises. The Warriors are now left scrambling to salvage value. Kuminga is in limbo, and the Wizards? They're quietly stacking wins off the court, one smart decision at a time. If you're fired up about this twist in the Kuminga saga, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more NBA news, and drop your take in the comments. What should Golden State do? Should Kuminga stay or go? And did the Wizards just steal the offseason? Stay tuned, because this NBA summer just got a whole lot more interesting.